We're at 7th and Grand, and it disappeared up and over the hills. So along the parade route, potentially, this could still be happening. Look at all the police cars. We had sirens on, speeding past. And yeah,
there's,
see that
look
car?
right there. Look
Looks
at that.
like the smashed on the side. Oh, my goodness. And, yep, and definitely at least one tire was flat when we saw it. Looks like they're trying to box that car in. So dangerous. Oh, my goodness.
Look how many people along the side of the parade route here. Gosh, that's happening right in the middle of it.
Good grief. All right, several police cars trying to trap that car right now. We have not heard yet how it started. Look at the police officers running that direction. The smoke now coming after they spun that car out, a spin move to get it to stop in a huge crowd of people right now in downtown Kansas City. It looks like that's Pershing after the turn from Grand Avenue all the way down by Union Station. There's Gary. It's right behind Gary. Look at that smoke and the police officers surrounding. And we have not heard yet potentially how this started. Again, just in the last 1 minute.
Right.
It came speeding past us with a flat tire and a smashed side. Looks like a gray Taurus.
We were told that it wasn't sure if it started inside the parade route or if this started somewhere else in the city, and they made their way through the barriers here. But they came right by, and the police are still moving people away, even though it's already through here. And you can see that's a very active scene with tons of Chiefs fans all around that spot.
Just on the other side of that smoke and that car. Right now, we can't tell really what's going on in that, but it does look like whatever pursuit had been happening, it looks like it has stopped right there, potentially right by Union Station and Pershing and Main.
Do we have another of our crew that's closer by that can describe what's going on right now? Because right now we're just looking at the video monitor. Do we have another member of our crew from 41 Action News that can describe this better than we can?
Right now, we are probably, what do you think, a mile back on the route at 7th?
Sure.
And Union Station's about 21st, 22nd or so. Look at the smoke still coming out. It looks like the officers surrounding seem to be somewhat calm.
Right.
Like the situation has stabilized for the moment. Our cameras are trying to zoom in to see what they can. Oh, man, that smoke are just
We saw multiple police officers. One crew came through that was carrying medical equipment. There's Gary.
Hey guys, I'm out here at Pershing and Grand. The car came right down Grand. The police chase came right down Grand. The car was heading right towards me personally. I almost jumped over the fence. It came within a few feet of myself. And then it hit this car right here. And now that's where, as you can see a little smoke off in the distance, that's where the car chase ended. The guy could have slammed right into the crowd, but he turned down Pershing, and the police did a fantastic job of getting. They smashed into him about 5 times, and that's where it just ended right there. It was one person that was in the car that somehow got within the parade route, and it could have been a complete disaster. People scrambled, and this whole crowd right here, he was heading right towards the crowd, and the guy turned, thank goodness, and we avoided a complete disaster. But it was quite a moment that I'll never forget. My goodness, I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
Oh, Gary, we are so glad to hear you are okay.
And here the entire crowd is okay. I mean, you can get a sense there from Gary just how packed it is and how close that was the situation. We can go to SkyTracker right now to show you exactly what we can see from the air, because again, this came right down the parade route with people on both sides of the street.
Absolutely.
Look at SkyTracker this morning, or as police are trying to get a handle on the situation. Clearly they've got the car stopped and the person out of the car, but right now that's all we know. He's in cuffs, looks like.
Yep, they're walking that person. Several officers right now. We just lost our picture from SkyTracker, but let me tell you again what we saw right here at 7th and Grand just a few minutes ago. We didn't know what was happening. It just all of a sudden a car sped by, and then lights and sirens and on their way after.
It looked like at least one tire on that car was out already. It looked like the flat front tire, or the driver's side tire, was flat as it moved through. Several cars coming behind it from the police department and having to chase behind. We see it looks like an ambulance coming back up the street right now.
Yep,
just a wild scene here with still a couple hours to go before the parade starts.
And what was so amazing to see is the police cars instantly maneuver in a way where in a crowd full of people in 2 lanes of road, they were able to get a car in front of them, on the side and behind, and they know what to do in these situations. It looks like the spin maneuver to get this car to stop what could have been absolutely disastrous today, with people lining the street up and down that route.
We've got our shot from SkyTracker back up live now. You can see there from the air exactly what's going on. It looked like one person was in custody. They had taken that person out of the car. You heard Gary say he basically had to jump out of the way when they came through. He was standing out in the street interviewing fans. We're inside the barricades here, so we were right up on it. It's amazing that no one was hurt. I think we've got some video earlier that shows it coming through town. This is a video from just moments ago, absolutely, after they got that car stopped. You saw it live, basically, on television, how KCPD and the other units here were able to use that. But watch this. This happened live on television just a moment ago. You see it had already been hit, looked like on the driver's side. They used multiple units to spin that car around. Look how close it is to the fans, Lindsay.
This is unbelievable, and they knew exactly what to do to get it to stop in short order. There was no time. Our 41 Action News crews are working right now to figure out how this pursuit started, where this started, and so we will let you know as soon as we get any more details this morning. But this just developing a police pursuit, police cars chasing another car down the parade route just hours before the Super Bowl parade. Wow, looking at this video, look how close those fans are. Somebody could have been very seriously hurt in this. As far as we know right now, we have not heard from eyewitnesses like Gary Lezak that were any injuries. But you heard Gary say he almost jumped the fence. Can you imagine those people? It's right where the route turns from Grand to Pershing. They saw that car coming head on. That had to be terrifying.
Massive police presence on there dealing with that situation. Back here at the beginning of the parade route, we're a solid mile away from that at this point.
Yeah.
There doesn't seem to be a feeling in the crowd that they have really an understanding of what has happened, because this is a situation where it's so far away and they saw it so quickly. We want to go to KSHP reporter Ariel Rothfield. She is on top of a roof down there closer to where this happened. She saw it go by. Ariel, what did it look like when it made its way past you?
Well, Taylor, we're at 16th and Grand, and you know what? The crowd here knew exactly what was happening, and that what was happening was nothing good. Police actually had the crowds that are along the fence move back as the car and the sirens were going down. You talked a little bit about the front tire being out. That's because there is a Jackson County Sheriff car located right here. I'm going to have my photographer, Ron Bussey, zoom into it. It's on the right hand of the street if you're looking towards downtown. They are the ones who put a big stop stick down. They throw it across the yard. It has pricks and it pops the tires, and that, we believe, is what popped the tire. I mean, it was a little bit scary because you had officers jumping again to crowds on both sides of the fence, telling them to back up, get out of their chairs as it went by, and it went by fast. But we believe the tire popped because of the quick thinking of the officers here. As you can see, there are a lot of people here. Thank goodness no one was injured. Immediately when it ran over the stop sticks, you could see the car kind of move side by side, kind of fishtail almost, as if a car fishtails on ice during the winter or on snow. But very scary. Thankfully, nobody was hurt that we know of. The crowd here seems to be fine. The music is back on, and they are partying. And again, they are counting down the hours until the big parade starts. Again, luckily, no one was injured, and everything from this end here at 16th and Grand seems to be back to normal. Lindsay and Taylor.
Wow, 16th and Grand. So Ariel is really at the midway point where she could see all this happening. You know, we talk about preparations for a day like this. When you're going to have more than 1 million people come and celebrate something, safety has to be a part of that. And this is exactly why. I mean, we've seen police officers surrounding our location since we got here at 4 o'clock this morning. There's several around us right now.
Not 10 minutes before that happened, KCPD Chief Rick Smith was standing right here talking to us off camera while we were in commercial.
Yes.
Big smile on his face, talking about how excited he was, how wonderful the day was going to be, how prepared he looked. This did not look like a man who was worried that anything bad could happen on his watch, because there's so many people out here. We saw that there's so many people dealing with the situation so quickly, but that just could have absolutely been devastating and ruined the entire day for millions of people.
We are so, quite frankly, impressed at how quickly that was contained.
Absolutely.
Let's go now to Chief Meteorologist Gary Lezak from 41 Action News, who was talking to fans, and we were screaming for them, guys, because, you know, we saw it from our angle, but it goes by so fast.
Yeah.
And Gary saw the car coming his way. Gary, we are so glad to hear that you're okay. Tell us again what you saw.
I told the producer to toss back to you guys, because there was breaking. I realized that I was part of the breaking news. So I'm in here talking to them, and also I look and I see 7 or 8 police cars, and then right here, you can see right here, these are the skid marks. This is where the car the car and the police cars came right down here, and I was standing just 15 feet away, and here are the skid marks as where the guy turned and smashed into him. About 7 or 8 police cars were chasing around the guy, hitting the car, and they got him to crash without hitting the people. So all the crowd here has been given, every police car that goes by, a big here there. They're going to give, as you can see, great job. Because the guy could have easily just smashed into the crowd, but we had some vehicles here, so he was forced to turn. Wow. So I didn't know what was going on. I was being tossed back to you guys, and a police officer came over and he said, "Gary, get out of the way. We got to chase." And so all of a sudden, I about jumped over the fence because I saw the car coming right at me. But what an experience. It's over, guys. It's over. It's time to get